So first of all, hopefully Brett Favre has a quick recovery from Parkinson's. I just saw that. That just happened during NFL news. Kareem Hunt is going to be joining with the Chiefs again after 6 years since they cut him. You know, Kareem Hunt has been really bouncing around the league, well, mostly with the Browns. And then Deshaun Watson says he's not a running back, one designed run plays. What planet are we living on right now? Anyways, welcome everybody to the 10th episode of Grizzly Talks Football. I can't believe we made it to 10 episodes. That's insane. Like, come on. This is just crazy. But anyways, this week, of course, or today, is going to be week 4 predictions for this week. We got some interesting matchups, some stinkers, some good games, somewhere in the middle, some expected blowouts. We got a lot more of that to come in just a minute. But anyways, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, what are we in for? Seriously, just click the red subscribe button down there, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. It's really not that hard. Hit the notification bell to never miss a video, and let's get right into it. Kicking off this week, we have the Thursday night match on Amazon Prime. So between two NFC East teams, we got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New York Giants. Giants definitely did surprise me for how well they played, and Dallas surprised me for how lackluster they played last week. I mean, excuse the fourth quarter for a minute. They were down 28-6 against the Ravens when they were supposed to actually hang with them for the entire game. But apparently they forgot about that. They forgot about a rushing defense, and they actually had the worst rushing defense in the league, despite having the passing offense, the best one in the league. Giants have been right around the middle. Their defense has been playing well. It's just they're going to run into a major roadblock because I bet Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence and that Cowboys defense is pissed this week. Also, with the fact that I hate to be a guy who hates on Daniel Jones because he is not the problem in New York. It's literally just the fans and also really just the offensive line. They've been really breaking down, and Dallas's pass rush is finally going to get the best of him again. And also for the fact that the Cowboys have won 13 of the last 14 meetings against the Giants. Yeah, I see Dallas winning this one. It will be closer than people will say, though. I would say about 3-point game, but Dallas wins. Dak Prescott has a field day. Oh yeah, and also Devin Singletary has a great game as well, but it just won't be enough. Kicking off the Sunday afternoon slate at 1 p.m., we got on Fox the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons and Mercedes-Benz in an NFC South divisional matchup. Oh god. Saints are red hot the first 2 games, and then against the Eagles, they looked bad on passing game, but the rushing game was pretty good. As for us, well, our coaching really stunk at the end, and we ended up losing to the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. As for how I think this game will go, it really comes down to the coaching, and I feel like the Saints just have better decision-making at the coaching staff than the Falcons do. It's not guaranteed that the Falcons will win every time I pick against them. Well, that was just proven last week when I picked Kansas City. I actually got that prediction right somehow. And yeah, I think the coaching decision-making is really going to be the difference in this game. I see the Saints running all over a rush defense, and Kirk Cousins may throw a pick or two. I see the Saints winning, but I think this game will be at least a one-possession game. I would say 4-point game. Oh yeah, and by the way, I went 6-10 last week. Good grief, that was terrible. I mean, it was crazy last week. So, my current record as it stands is 26-22 so far. So I'm really hoping that this week will give me a break. And as for this game, the Saints will win because they have the better decision making at the coaching staff. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Charlotte to play the Carolina Panthers. Huge props to the Carolina Panthers for getting their first win with Red Rocket at the helm. Apparently Bryce Young was the problem. And as for the Bengals, oh boy, they just keep getting worse. But I feel like this is going to be a breakout game for Cincinnati. There were definitely some shocking losses by the Bengals, two of them in particular. But I see Cincinnati getting their first win on the road against Carolina. I see Jamar Chase and T. Higgins having great games. Joe Burrow has a very good game. Rushing game, I don't see much happening there. Their passing attack is really going to be the difference in this game. And I see Cincinnati going 1-3 at the end of the day. Up next, we got the LA Rams taking on the Chicago Bears. The Rams really shocked everybody when they beat the 49ers to send them to 1-2. That was insane comeback by the Rams. Good job, y'all. But in general, I think this game is going to be absolute garbage. Like, defensively, it'll be great, but offensively, hell no. Matt Stafford will have to test that Chicago Bears defense. And Caleb Williams is literally just Anthony Richardson. He will make some good throws from time to time, but he will also throw a very bad pass and get some turnovers for his resume, which is not looking too good right now. His offensive line also is pretty bad, but he's got to definitely fix some things on his game if he wants to be a good quarterback in this league. But at the end of the day, the Rams still do not have a defense, and Chicago will take great advantage with it, whether it's on the pass or on the run. I would say more of the pass. Hopefully, Caleb Williams has a much better game than he has had the first 3 times. Hopefully, that offensive line can hold up for as much as they can, because this is a much weaker defense than they have faced in the past. I see Bears winning by 6 points, I guess, but it will be low scoring. Up next, we have an AFC South divisional matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Despite that absolutely horrific game against the Vikings, the Jaguars look lost. Like, they have no identity whatsoever. Trevor Lawrence is playing bad. Defense is absolutely horrible. Like, there is nothing of life except for the rushing game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the unfortunate thing is, Houston has a top 10 passing and rushing defense. That is going to be very hard for Travis Etienne and Trevor Lawrence to get anything going. Houston wins by at least 10 points. I say a double-digit victory for Houston. Jacksonville is going to be 0-4, and Houston's going to be right back in the win column. I know they're going to be pissed coming into this game, and they are going to win this game by a plenty. And now we have a much anticipated rivalry matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. So if you told me that these two teams under their circumstances would be 3-0 at the beginning of the season, I would have called you a psycho. I would have called you insane. But these two teams defied all expectations and actually went 3-0 heading to this point. But one team has to lose. I think this is going to be a definite good game to watch. Both of these teams have been performing well. Man, I hate saying that to Sam Darnold, but he has been playing lights out. He's been looking like an MVP quarterback for the first 3 games. But it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, Sam. I'm waiting to see something out of you. Malik Willis has also been balling out. I mean, he balled out against Tennessee. I mean, I know it's the Titans, but he still balled out nonetheless against a team that let him go, that let him get traded. Like, how embarrassing would that be, Tennessee, to lose to the quarterback that you threw away for the Will Levis, who has so many turnovers that people are starting to realize that you are not the quarterback that you need. You don't have the quarterback that you need to be successful. I am still on the Malik Willis hype train. I am not going to jump ship on him just yet. Yeah, I see Packers winning, but this will be a great game. I'm hoping it's high scoring, but probably not. I say the Packers win by like 2 or 3 points, maybe even 1. It will be nice to see this game, but I see Packers winning at home in Lambeau. They just have a great rushing attack. Malik Willis can run the ball and throw the ball if he needs to. He could be efficient with it, with the passing game. Defense and offense have been doing very solid in the first 3 games. I mean, they did have to play the Colts, and they had to And I said they were 3-0. No, Packers lost the Eagles. I keep forgetting, but people don't care because they only complained about the daggum field. Packers will be 3-1, the same record as the Vikings. Up next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, no, I'm not going to waste anybody's time. Anthony Richardson is too consistent for my liking. The only person that can save y'all is Jonathan Taylor. But even he might struggle against the Steelers' rushing defense. Steelers are just great in every category. Justin Fields is looking very nice. And I see Steelers winning by 13, at least. Oh boy, this game could get ugly. It might even be over by the first half, just like the Bills and Jags game was. Up next, we have the Denver Broncos taking on the New York Jets. I will say both of these teams won this week, especially the Broncos embarrassing Tampa Bay in Tampa. Like, good on you, Denver. Like, your defense is still good. Offense still has left more to be desired, but it was just a good game all around for the Denver Broncos, and Aaron Rodgers has still proven that he can throw the football efficiently well for the New York Jets, and the defense for the Jets is still really good. Unfortunately, I do have to say the inconsistencies of Bo Nix will haunt him in this game because the Jets defense is not going to take any prisoners this week. And Aaron Rodgers is going to dice up that secondary, well, except for Pat Surtain. But that's besides the point. Jets are going to win by 9 points at least. Pass rush will be a problem for New York, but that's literally all that's really going to happen to the Jets. Like, Breece Hall may get some 70 yards rushing, but I see him getting more involved in the passing game along with Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, Mike Williams, and Tyler Conklin. And the final game of the 1 o'clock slate for Sunday afternoon is the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Eagles looked terrible against the Saints even though they won the game. And Tampa Bay, oh boy, that pass rush was just decimating Baker Mayfield all game long. Man, tough break for both of these teams. But I will say, for the Eagles, Saquon Barkley has been killing it so far this season, leading the Eagles to the third best rushing offense in the league. Also, the fact that the Eagles have a top 5 passing offense, well, debatable. I see the Eagles winning this one by 6. I think Baker Mayfield will definitely keep this close. Also, Baker, can you please throw to Mike Evans? For goodness sake, you're going to get him out of Tampa, and you're only going to have Chris Godwin, Cade Otton, Rashad White, and Bucky Irvin to throw to. Like, what is wrong with you? Why are you focusing on one receiver, the one receiver on the other side of the one I have in fantasy? Like, what do you have against me, Baker? Unfortunately, Baker's passing attack will not be enough. I see Philadelphia winning this one. Kicking off the 4 o'clock slate on Sunday, we have the Washington Commanders traveling to Glendale to play the Arizona Cardinals. This one is actually a tough matchup to predict, really, because on one hand, you have Washington, who has no turnovers across 3 games. Really impressive from them. But the Cardinals, especially offensively, have been looking really solid, especially with James Conner, Marvin Harrison, Greg Dortch, Michael Wilson, and Trey McBride, along with Kyler Murray under center. My heart wants the Commanders. My gut wants to say the Cardinals. I'm going to go with my gut and say that the Arizona Cardinals are going to win this game. I will say it will be definitely close. Jane Daniels is proven to be a pretty solid quarterback. If he can keep this up, he could be a great quarterback for the future of the Washington Commanders. But as far as this game, I see Kyler Murray getting the best of Mr. LSU Heisman Trophy winner, Jalen Daniels. Up next, we have the New England Patriots taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, why in the hell are the Niners 1-2? They lost to the Rams and the Vikings. The Rams loss was more shocking than the Vikings one. I like how the Patriots are more worried about efficiency more than anything. That's why they're tied for second in takeaways, but they do have the worst passing offense in terms of yards in the NFL. And the fact that they are just too reliant on consistency and efficiency, instead of taking some risks. I see San Francisco completely dismantling them. 17 points at least. That's where I'm putting the threshold at. Fortunately, 49ers defense has not been looking good. The offense has been freaking solid, but the fact that Deebo Samuel and CMC are hurt right now is really a big concern for San Francisco. It's like a big question mark, but I see San Francisco winning by double digits. Up next, we have an AFC West matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Chargers. Two solid offenses going against each other. It's really just going to come down to which defense is going to break first. As much as I want to see the Chargers win this game, I just see Kansas City just being too dominant, being the best team in the NFL. They did struggle against the Falcons. But I do see them having a much better game. Hopefully, maybe Mr. Swift, I'm talking about Travis Kelce, by the way, has much better game this week than he has done the first 3 games. But I do see Kansas City winning by at least 7 points. Rashee Rice and Carson Steele better ball out for them because the Chargers aren't going to play nice now. Up next, we have the Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders, and this is the final 4 o'clock game on Sunday. Oh dear gosh. This game is going to be a stinker for sure. I'm not going to waste too much time on this game except for the fact that this is going to be a defensive battle nonetheless. I think the Raiders will do well on the passing offense, but it's just which defense will break first. I would say this is more of an upset pick more than anything, even though maybe the Browns are favored. But I say the Browns win this one on the road despite the passing attack of Gardner Minshew and the Las Vegas Raiders. I do see Jerome Ford having a good game, Amari Cooper having a very solid game, and overall it's just great news for the Browns as their season is still alive. Raiders, don't be ashamed. Seem to be 1-3. There's still a lot of season to come up with. I just do not see this game being enjoyable in the slightest. This is going to be a snooze fest. For our Sunday Night Football matchup on NBC, we have the Buffalo Bills traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Now, this is a matchup I want to see on TV, national TV for, nonetheless. Look, man, these are 2 different offenses. Josh Allen and the Bills on the passing offense, Lamar Jackson, the Ravens on the rushing offense. Which offense will prevail is anyone's guess. James Cook will definitely struggle. Lamar Jackson might have a tough time throwing the football. But this game should be good nonetheless. But I do feel like the Bills defense will take advantage of the turnovers more than anything else. I see them outplaying the Ravens on defense. They are tied for second in giveaways. Like, they don't get the ball away as much. The offense doesn't. And tied for third in takeaways for the defense. I see the Buffalo Bills getting the W. Ravens have not been able to prevent teams from getting points. Come on, you lost to the Raiders of all teams. I know the Bills are 3-0. Josh Allen looks like an MVP candidate, and I could see why. I see Bills winning, but this will be a close game. I will say 6-point game, at least. We got another doubleheader for Monday Night Football. First up, we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Miami Dolphins on ESPN. I am not going to watch this game for obvious reasons. Both of these offenses are complete garbage. I'll make this quick. I'm not picking the Dolphins because I think Tyler Huntley will play well. I'm picking the Dolphins because Will Levis will play worse. Like, he has the most giveaways of any quarterback in the NFL, and the Dolphins defense is really going to take advantage of that. I see Dolphins winning by 10. And finally, we have the second Monday Night Football matchup on ABC. It's the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Ford Field to play the Detroit Lions. I know everyone's going to watch this game, and I can see why. Both of these teams have some solid teams. Like, they have an elite offense, they have a good defense. Like, this could be the game of the week. I will say Seattle can score well. Detroit's defense is going to be a big problem, though. This could be the toughest defense that Seattle has had to go against. Even though the Seahawks are undefeated, I see Detroit handing them the first L of the season. I see Jared Goff completely torching the secondary of Seattle. I see Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery combining for a very impressive rushing attack once again. And I see the defense giving Geno some trouble. Lions win by 3. That is going to do it for our 10th episode. I hope you enjoyed it as always. Make sure you hit the red subscribe button, hit the like, and hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. Like, come on now. Let's do it. Anyways, my goal is to get to 50 subs. Come on. Anyways, obviously college football would be the next episode. Until then, I will see you next time. Peace.